Time now for the morning rush.
We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Dealing with mostly sunny skies over the state today and breezy to windy conditions. Strongest winds out across the plains. Tomorrow, a little more high cloud cover. Maybe a few spot showers up to the north if we're lucky, but the winds look to be a far bigger issue. That is Thursday and Friday afternoon. David?
We're following breaking news this morning. At least 257 people have been killed in a military crash near Algeria's capital early this morning. 10 of those killed were reportedly flight crew, and the rest reportedly are military personnel. Now you can see smoke billowing up in the video. Right now, cranes at the site are trying to remove some of the debris. Several crews were also reportedly seen hauling away body bags. Now this morning, there is still no word on the cause. We will continue following this as the investigation ramps up.
On to other news happening right now. We're waiting to learn when the woman accused of leaving 5 dogs to die in a car will be extradited back to New Mexico. Police say 31-year-old Sarah Motter was arrested near Phoenix over the weekend. She'll soon be brought back to Albuquerque to face animal cruelty charges. Motter was originally hired by a breeder last week to drive those dogs to Texas. Albuquerque police say she abandoned the 5 dogs inside an SUV instead.
New this morning, authorities say a man wanted in a Texas murder case, is in custody after being arrested in New Mexico. New Mexico State Police say they assisted a U.S. Marshal Service task force with the apprehension of 44-year-old Gabriel Delgado. Now, state police say Delgado was found at a house in Nageezi, New Mexico, and was taken into custody without incident.
On to news happening right now. President Trump says he could make a decision by tomorrow on how to respond to Syria's suspected use of chemical weapons on its own people. The Trump administration and its allies could also launch a possible joint military response to Syria's alleged chemical weapons attack as soon as the end of this week. Yesterday, the UN voted on rival resolutions from the U.S. and Russia, but made no progress on it. Because of the Syrian crisis, the president is canceling a planned trip to South America.
Newest 6th Republican candidate for New Mexico Secretary of State, Johanna Cox, has volunteered to represent a former congressional intern accused of disorderly conduct at a recent Democratic political convention. Riley Del Rey claims she was fired from Michelle Lujan Grisham's congressional office because she's transgender. Lujan Grisham denies the claim. Del Rey was arrested while protesting Lujan Grisham's speech at the pre-primary convention. Lujan Grisham is running for governor.
On to news happening right now. APS proposing changes to restructure and redesign its 3 worst performing schools. The school district is hoping the state accepts their applications, which lays out their plans for Los Badias, Whittier, and Hawthorne elementary schools. It comes after their initial plans were denied. The new changes do include increasing the school day by an hour and extending the school year by 10 days.
Happening today, several senators, including New Mexico Senator Tom Udall, are expected to request Environmental Protection Agency Chief Scott Pruitt to answer ethics questions. Senate committee members want to know about Pruitt's housing and travel arrangements, including accusations of thousands of dollars received in travel perks, round-the-clock security, and actions taken to help lobbyist friends.
Happening today, Attorney General Jeff Sessions is expected to visit Las Cruces to talk about immigration. The Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office expects Sessions at the spring conference for the Southwest Border Sheriff's Coalition. That coalition is made up of 31 sheriff's departments from border states.
And tomorrow, U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen is scheduled to visit New Mexico for an update on President Trump's proposed border wall. Her trip comes as National Guard members continue arriving on the border under orders from the Trump administration. Now, Nielsen is scheduled to visit new border wall construction efforts near Santa Teresa.
Happening right now, the city is planning on high water bills because of the current drought. The Sunport and Aviation Department plans on spending $71,000 more on water this year. The Parks and Rec Department has the largest portion of the city's water budget. They hope to keep their spending the same, though. The department says it's now working with the Water Authority to help cut water costs. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index added 3 for some breezy to windy conditions we have coming out of the west-southwest. Those winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, increased fire danger as well. Metro Threat Index does look to come up as we get into tomorrow. Sarah?
This morning, one man is highlighting the city's hidden art through photos. Alex Morentes calls it the underworld, miles and miles of tunnels beneath Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. He says he's always had an eye for graffiti. His photos of the graffiti are catching a lot of attention since starting his underworld project on Facebook. Morentes says he now receives tips of more tunnels that he should go photograph. We post a link on KRQE.com if you'd like to see his photos. Crystal?
On to new news this morning. Phones for a cause. Apple is offering a new version of its iPhone 8. The new phones will have a bright red enclosure and a black front. Apple says a portion of the proceeds will fund Project Red, HIV/AIDS grants from the Global Fund. The phones will cost $699 and will be available in Apple stores on Friday. Kristen.
Time now for a check on traffic. Not seeing anything major out there this morning. Everything moving close to posted speeds at the hour. We'll keep eyes on that for you.
Happening today, another chance to help out the Rio Rancho firefighter in need of a heart transplant. Cello Grill will be donating 100% of profits made today to firefighter Danny Arana. And the nearest facility equipped to handle Arana's condition is in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the family needs help with everything from medical to relocation expenses. Now you can find details on this at KRQE.com.
Time now for the 5 facts.
We start here with number 5. One New Mexico cafe is serving up a huge challenge. Take a look at this massive burger at Jake's Cafe in Las Cruces. It's called the Open Heart Surgery Challenge. The 3-pound burger has 9 slices of cheese, 6 ounces of green chili, and a whole pound of fries. It's all free if you can gobble it down in under 30 minutes. If you can't, though, it will cost you $34. No one's completed the challenge yet.
At number 4, UNM police are planning to add more cameras and another security guard at Zimmerman Library after women are reporting men exposing themselves. There's been 3 different incidents reported. One of the victims, a freshman, says at the beginning of the semester she saw a man touching himself in the library. She also says she told the security guard, but the guard reportedly did not tell UNM police. Now the girl believes if police had been called, further incidents could have been avoided. A second case was reported in February and another one at the beginning of the month. UNM police was alerted for those incidents, and police believe they could be looking for 2 different men.
At number 3, temperatures warmer across the state today as we push 80s here in the metro. Breezy to windy conditions with critical fire danger coming in across the state. It'll be statewide tomorrow with strongest winds, even damaging winds at times, and slightly cooler temps.
At number 2 this morning, a burn ban is in place for parts of Bernalillo County, and it will stay that way for the next 180 days. That means no open fires, campfires, and smoking in unincorporated areas of the county. The new order by county commissioners comes after 2 fires sparked in the Bosque yesterday that charred about 3 acres. Now, both fires are 100% contained this morning.
On to number 1 now. The troubled UNM athletic department is being given 3 months to decide which sports it will cut in order to pay off a multi-million-dollar debt to the university. Right now, the athletic department owes the school $4.7 million, money that it's borrowed in recent years to stay afloat due to lower than expected revenues and, of course, several payouts for coaches. In a recently proposed budget to the regions, the department says it will cut spending from existing sports and also get rid of some programs altogether to pay all that money back and to make sure they stay on budget. The Board of Regents, they want them to have a decision by this Saturday. They want to see it before they make a final decision.